Alright guys, welcome to my video on multiplying binomials. So remember, binomial is just a fancy word for an expression that has two terms, two things in it, right? Bi means two. And you may have started trying to work on these in the third check sheet. And I briefly showed you guys, maybe Tuesday this week, how to do it. Anyway, I'm going to officially show you how to do it. My disclaimer here is that I usually use the box method to multiply these. But as we're doing these, if you remember how you did it in Algebra 1 and you like that method better, by all means, you do not have to use the box method. I just think it keeps things organized and a little bit easier. But here we go. So the box method, you're going to have to make a box. Shocking. And then you're just going to take your terms. I have an x and a -5. I have an x and a +4. It doesn't matter which side, you put these expressions. But if there is a negative, you do need to take the negative with you. So now we're going to multiply. So x times x gives me x squared, and that goes right in this box. And then I'm multiplying x times a -5, and that gives me -5x. That goes in that box. 4 times x is 4x. 4 times -5 is -20. Once you have your box filled in, you're going to combine your like terms. And the nice thing about the box is that your like terms are usually on the diagonal. So you're just going to add those together. So our final answer will be x squared minus x minus 20. That's it. Okay, so when you guys were doing these on the check sheets, or when kids forget this process, what they do is just like x times x and -5 times 4. But everything in this parenthesis has to be multiplied by everything in this parenthesis. So we end up with 3 terms as our final answer. Okay, so second example, I'm going to do the same thing. Make my box. I've got x and a -3. X and a -6. X times x is x squared. There's your exponent rules coming into play there, right? When you're multiplying the bases, you add the exponents. X times -3. X times -6. -6 times a -3 is a +18. Combine your like terms. You get x squared minus 9x plus 18. So make sure when you're combining these, you're just adding or subtracting them. You don't multiply these, right? You multiply to fill in your boxes, and then you add to get out, okay? Just a mistake that I see sometimes. All right, so I have x plus 8 squared. So this is not just equal x squared plus 64. This implies x plus 8 times x plus 8, right? When you're squaring something, you're multiplying that thing by itself 2 times. So this is another box. X, 8, x, 8. We get x squared. We get 8x, and we get 64. So this is going to give us x squared plus 16x plus 64. Okay? So just watch that and remember what that means. I'll box that up. Okay, I've got 2 examples left. Let's scrunch this up. Okay, so I'm just going to make another box here. I have g squared and 7, g squared and a -2. So when I multiply these, you're multiplying the bases, you're going to add the exponents. This equals g to the 4th power. 7g squared, -2g squared, -14. Combine your like terms. G to the 4th power plus 5g squared minus 14. Final answer there. And then our very last one. So this one has a binomial and a trinomial being multiplied together. So we can still use our box, but now we just need to make it a little bit bigger, right? Because we'll put our binomial on the side. The trinomial is going to go on top. 6y, 9. And now I'm going to multiply. Y times y squared gives me y cubed. This is 3y squared. Y times 6y is 6y squared. 6y times 3 is 18y. 9 times y is 9y, and 9 times 3 is 27. So now we are combining our like terms again, but there's two sets of them. So our final answer is y cubed. 3 plus 6 is 9y squared. 9 plus 18 is 27y plus 27. Here is our final answer. Usually when this lesson comes along, like, kids remember it. It's a pretty easy skill. Again, you don't have to use the box. You could use FOIL. I don't really know what other methods there are, but you can use other methods as long as you're able to get your correct answer. That's all I care about, but you just need to watch your like your exponents. That's a mistake that I see, like y squared times y, and a kid not coming up with the y cubed. Also not combining like terms correctly. But there it is. Thanks for watching. Get the classwork done. You guys are great.